my finger, look. Oh, there it goes. What is this? Why are you doing this to me? They are not fossils, guys. Good water flow. Good morning. So today we're going to be cleaning a patio. We're going to be completely restoring it. We have had an absolute rainstorm recently. All last night it's been chucking it down. It was chucking it down when I drove here this morning, but funnily enough it has stopped right now. Now to do the pressure washing and getting it all clean and all the rest of it, that's absolutely fine. I can do that in the pouring rain. I don't care. I've done it in the pouring rain, got soaked, you know. Quite enjoy it actually sometimes, working in the rain. So grinding it out as well, I can grind out the patio. That's no issue if it's wet. But some of the pointing on this patio is absolutely shot to bits. There is like nothing there at all. But in other places it's solid. It is absolutely solid. The customer wants it all cleaned, wants it all removed, all the old stuff and all the new stuff put in. Now I'm going to be using Flowpoint to do it, right? And it's an excellent product. However, you can get caught out with it in terms of if it gets quite hot, that stuff will stick. It's hard, very hard to get it off the top of the surface. So it'd be rock hard and you're trying to get it off. You can bet your ass I have been caught out with it, right? I have had a nightmare with it, okay? But I feel like with this product, you need to go through that to understand what you need to do when that sort of situation occurs, right? You have to go through the hardship to get to all the cream, right? Now, I've always done it in the past, just traditionally, like I mix the sand and cement myself and I sort of repoint it, strike every single joint by hand. And that works great. I mean, you can get an incredible finish on that. There's no pressure in terms of like, you know, once you've mixed the stuff together, yeah, it will go off eventually, but you get a lot of time, probably a good sort of hour before it's going to go off. So you mix up a relatively small batch and get that in and just carry on like that all day. But back breaking, absolutely back breaking, right? If you've never done it, right, because sometimes, you know, you get comments on videos and stuff like that, people say, oh, you're a cowboy and all that, what are you doing, like you're mucking about and all this kind of stuff. It's so easy for these armchair experts to sort of give their 2 cents, right? And most of the time they've probably never even done it themselves. They've never done it themselves, they're just watching it and making, you know, assumptions, or they're speculating about how you could do it better. You know, when they're not there and then in the trenches with you, it's easy to sort of go, oh, you should do things this way. And I know I get it on this video, oh, you should have done it this way, you idiot. But you got to let all that just go straight over your head because they ain't got a clue. So anyway, let me show you around. Interesting. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just testing it to see how tough it really is. That was actually quite soft, but in places when I'm looking at it, I mean, it looks quite hard. I'm not entirely sure what this mix is. You know what, that there has got like the texture of just like sand. So whether they've just done a very weak sand and cement mix, I'm not entirely sure. Right, some of it's coming out quite easy, some of it's not. So I am going to do it with the grinder, to be honest, because I feel like I'll be here all day with this. But I have done in the past. Okay, yeah, so in places it's solid. I'm now wondering whether I can get some of that out with just a turbo nozzle. So a bit of a mixed result there, I think. In places it came out really well and other places it didn't, but I suppose it's given me a little bit of a head start. So we're going to crack on. I'm going to rinse, if you have a look, there's stuff all over the surface now, so I'm going to rinse all that off. Then I'm going to use the flat surface cleaner to clean the rest of it. Okay, and then I'll make my way round to the back. I just want to point out, you see how the level of the patio or sandstone, the path, is not much lower than the line of their door. So there's a very good chance they're going to get some kind of water ingress here, because you probably can't see it on here, but this slope towards their door. Okay, so hopefully they've got a rubber seal on the bottom. Most doors do these days, but they might not. But I will let the customer know either way. All right, but they might just want to chuck a towel down. I don't want all the water getting in, but it's very likely it's going to, just purely because of the way that this is almost the same level. But we shall see. Hopefully nothing, but it's just to make you aware and make other people aware that water ingress with this kind of work does sometimes happen, because you get a lot of water, a hell of a lot of water, so it's to be expected almost. Alright, that's this part done here. Right, I've just rinsed it all off. I will be putting some chemical down in about, I suppose, an hour or so once I get the back done. But yeah, overall, looking great. This Indian sandstone, because it's made relatively cheaply abroad, sometimes you get it like this. See that? That is very likely to flake off when I clean it. Right. It won't be a very thick layer. I can peel it up with my finger, look. Oh, there it goes. So, just to give you an idea of those guys, that is a normal process of it. You can see that someone's had a go over, I just realised. Look at that. You see those marks there? Yeah, someone was here before me. Turn the pressure down. Boom! Oh, there we go. Little clap clap here. Wow. Marvellous. That green will come off from chemical, guys. This ain't going to get it off. So I know some of you are going to be watching that and be like, oh, you didn't even clean it, mate. Well, I did. Alright, so get over it. I'm going to go around the edge of these blocks. In actual fact, I'll get a little bit close to this. I'm not entirely sure what that is, guys, so I'm not going to get too close to that. Get under that roof. Oh, what's that? Okay, so this bit here we need to be careful about. The customer warned me about this. I think he's pressure washed it himself before. Got all water in this jacuzzi thing here and messed with the electrics, I assume, so we're going to be very careful around it. Here we go. See what I did there? A bloody hose is getting caught. This is all part of the fun, guys. All part of the fun. Why are you doing this to me? Why? You make me look like an idiot on camera. Get caught under the tyre, look. Oh, there we go. There we go. Whoa, pressure's gone up. Marvellous. Dear Lord, what is that? What is this? Oh, it's a sprinkler. No, I thought it was one of those. I thought it was one of those steering wheels for driving. Yeah, we don't want to be getting that wet, so we're going to be pushing the water this way, the opposite direction, on low pressure. Look at this. That's all you need. That's all you need, guys. That's all you need, baby. Right, now we can start turning the pressure up a bit. Wow, there you go. See it flaking? See that flake there? You see that? It comes from right there. Okay, it's flaked up and gone over there. That is unfortunately what happens when you have sort of relatively cheap sandstone from India. There's bits of green in places. We have got a little bit of black spot in places, like look at here, right? There's black spot there, you can see that, I hope. This here, not black spot. I'll tell you guys, for years, right, I was calling this fossils, right? Because when you go on Facebook and that's what people say, oh, they're fossils within the stone, because I always wondered what they were. But they are not fossils, guys, they are not. Right, these are actually called crystal dendrites. And they are where a leaf has been sat on there for a very, very long time, right? And it's just, you know, made the pattern of a sort of leaf within the stone. Beautiful, does not come off, so don't bother trying. But it isn't a fossil, okay? It's a crystal dendrite. Look at that. So remember that beautifully clean patio? Well, look at it now. Oh my God. What has he done? What have I done? See what I'm doing here? Levering it out. Where I've grinded down either side of it. Now I'm just levering it out. All the way to there, and then with a quick movement like that, Out it comes.